Got it. Oh, you got to pull it back. Oh, you're advancing the slides. Just have to get the mouse back here.
It's over here. There it is. Get a high. Is that hot? Want me to turn that up?
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me in the back? A little louder. A little louder. How's that? Can you hear me in the back? A little more? A little bit more. Can you hear me in the back? All right. Hello, party people. It's great to be together, isn't it? Thank you so much. It's great to be together with you in person to celebrate the nonprofits that are the small giants in our community, doing amazing and important work every day of the year, but that is never been appreciated to the degree that it's appreciated today, right? After we've been through the last 2 years that we've been through, and these nonprofit organizations just kept in there swinging and battling all the time, every single day, day in and day out. Many of you are here today. Our finalists are here today. So let's just give a round of applause to the nonprofit. So the Matchstick, my name is Todd Butler. I should say, start there. My name is Todd Butler. I'm the president and CEO at Causeway Community Partners. It's my great pleasure to serve this organization for the past 16 years now as president and CEO. Thank you, my board member, Manny Holloran, making me feel good over there. It's not my mom, I promise. But it's been my great pleasure and honor to have the privilege of leading this organization, having a chance to work with all of you great people every day for the last 16 years, with the occasional weekend off. The Matchstick Prize was created in 2015 to recognize those small giant organizations with a budget of less than $1 million that are still finding a way to accomplish big things and have great impact in our community. Matchstick Prize will award one of these lucky 5 finalists with a $5,000 cash prize that I have in my pocket, all made out for the winner already, and a $20,000 media grant from our partners at WROC TV 8, another one of our sponsors of the event. And that $20,000, the $5,000 will go a real long way, I know, to every one of those finalists. And that $20,000 media grant has the potential to be a game changer for an organization to reach people you've never had the opportunity or resources to reach before. So we're really glad to have the opportunity to bring that together. But new this year, we also have some funding from the Rochester Area Community Foundation to provide a capacity building grant to all 4 of the runners-up organizations. So you'll have some dollars in the bank with Causeway to get some additional capacity building services. So special thank you to the Community Foundation for that. You know, during the COVID crisis, we heard a lot about the helpers in our community, the healthcare workers who show up every day to battle an unforgiving virus, the educators who are not only concerned about their students' academics, but their social, emotional, and physical well-being, and the community volunteers who have contributed uncountable hours, expertise, and resources to keep critical programs going when their very existence was threatened. These helpers embody the best of our community in the worst of times. The Matchstick Prize has celebrated such helpers over the years. The very first Matchstick Prize went to an organization called Coffee Connection, as some of you may be familiar with, helping women find independence through work. The next one was Our Community Bikes, which helps local people find transportation through repurposed and donated bikes. NAMI Rochester, helping people find support for mental wellness. And Cure Childhood Cancer, helping families with children that have been diagnosed with cancer and blood disorders. And last year, Teen Empowerment, helping to employ, train, and empower youth to use their talents and skills to work for peace, equity, and justice in their communities. Now, this year, we saw nominations from more than 60 nonprofit organizations that continue to prove Mr. Rogers was right. When things are scary, look for the helpers, right? Because you will always find people who are helping. Tonight, you'll get to know a little bit more about our amazing 5 finalists that I want to recognize by name. We've got a little gift basket for each of those 5 finalists. So one of my staff helpers is going to, Hannah, thank you, is going to help distribute those. So the first is Casa of Rochester. So I see Liz over here. So let's say congratulations to Casa. Right over here. Next up is Monroe County Dress for Success. Where are the folks who Dress for Success? Our next finalist is the Junior League of Rochester, and they actually have their monthly members dinner, their own member organization. That's happening right now, as a matter of fact. So I think we've got some folks on the webinar from Dress for Six or from Junior League, sorry. And so we'll all wave and say think nice things. And our last finalist is Rochester. I'm sorry, second to last finalist is Rochester Accessible Adventures. So where are our friends from Rochester Accessible Adventures? Great. And the last is the Hub 585, who I know these folks are sitting right out here in front of me. So congratulations to Hub 585 and all 5 finalists. I also want to say a special thanks to the 5 judges who helped us select our finalists for an impressive pool of nominees. And since only one is being nominated, I'm not sure if they want me to say their names or not, since only one is going to win, but I want to say thanks to Wendy Bellow, Twanda Christensen, Cindy Hammond, Danielle Mangiola, and Rachel White. Thank you. It was a difficult judging challenge. I was there facilitating, not as a judge myself, but facilitating, and they really wish that they had had a lot more than 5 finalists they could have named and a lot more than 1 winner that they could name. So we're able to continue to offer the Matchstick Prize thanks to the following sponsors. Our Strike the Match, or our founding sponsors, are the Credit Union Collective, comprised of the Summit, Reliant, and Pittsburgh credit unions. So let's have a round of applause for those folks. The fire sponsor is the Rochester Area Community Foundation. Our friends from the Community Foundation over here, Jennifer, and thank you very much. And our Ignite the Flame sponsor this year is News 8 WROC. So I know Wendy and the folks from WROC. So thank you very much. So we also like to thank Wegmans for being a supporter of this evening's reception and refreshment. So thanks very much to Wegmans. I know you all will take some business there as a sign of your gratitude. So one more thank you to the Causeway Board and our Potter Society members. Raise your hand if you're a board member or a Potter Society member for Causeway. Thank you very much to all those folks for showing up for your community today and every day. So thanks again to our finalists who ignite change every day. And before we recognize our 5 finalists, I'd like to recognize all of the nominees. I think we've got a slide that has all of the nominees on it and a few slides. So we're going to go through them far faster than you'd be able to read them all, but because there were 60 of them. But these organizations all deserve your support, and I hope that you can find the opportunity to provide some of that support. So let's give all those nominees a round of applause. So for a brief recap of our finalists and the incredible work they do, I'll ask our judges to please join me, introduce themselves, and share some information about the 2021 finalists. Rachel, I think you're up first.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and I'm with Rochester Area Community Foundation, and I really enjoyed being a judge during this event. It was actually really hard to narrow it down to just 5 finalists because there were so many strong candidates. But the one I'm going to speak about right now is Casa of Rochester. For 40 years, for over 100 children. Since the pandemic, it's impacted the cases CASA has received and how they perform their work, but this has only inspired them to be even more committed than ever to help the children in our community.
Okay, wonderful. So I have the honor of talking about 2 of the nominations tonight. First is Dress for Success. Since 2015, Dress for Success Rochester has been empowering women through their employment retention programs, career preparation services, and by providing professional attire to clients. To date, more than 750 women have received pre- and post-employment services. Dress for Success's programs and services have always aimed to meet clients where they are in terms of their professional and personal needs by bridging geographic barriers that can prevent women from achieving her goals and potential. Secondly, I want to talk about the Junior League of Rochester. The Junior League of Rochester is a women's training organization dedicated to promoting volunteerism, improving communities, and developing the potential of women. From its beginning in 1933, the Junior League of Rochester has helped women to lead in their communities, and in doing so, has created impact at the fundamental grassroots level. The Junior League of Rochester Diaper Bank has been in operation since 2018 and distributes an average of 20,500 diapers a month to 45 community partners. In the 2020-2021 league year, they distributed approximately 320,000 diapers to families in the community.
Wow. And for Junior League of Dress for Success and Junior League of Rochester. And Wendy, you're up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Wendy Bellow. I'm the Vice President and General Manager for Channel 8 WROC. And I'm just really honored to be here tonight with all of these amazing people, all these amazing giving people that are so committed to this community. It's truly a pleasure. And it's also a pleasure to introduce the Rochester Accessible Adventures. Rochester Accessible Adventures seeks to increase access to recreation and wellness for all children and adults with disabilities by guiding communities to create a culture of physical accessibility, social inclusion, and equitable open access in recreation, sports, and tourism. Their work impacts more than 300,000 people living with a disability in our region by training businesses to operate with full inclusion whenever their doors are open, by building a menu of adaptive and inclusive sports opportunities, and by creating vital pathways that connect children and adults with disabilities to adaptive and inclusive recreation across urban, suburban, and rural communities.
Hi, everybody. I'm Julie Allen from Reliant Credit Union. I'm the marketing manager there and substituting in for Cindy, who was judging this year. And I am rounding out the group Hub 585, who are right in front of me. And they do incredible things, as do you guys all. I too am so grateful for all the organizations here tonight. It's so powerful. The Hub 585 works to preserve families and protect children who've been exposed to adverse childhood experiences and help them navigate the incredibly complex Department of Human Services child welfare system. The Hub 585's initiatives focuses on supporting vulnerable children and families, as well as young adults aging out of the foster care system who are much more likely to experience homelessness without these supports. The Hub 585 provides the support through a variety of programs, mentoring, teaching life skills, and coalescing a network of businesses and organizations that are committed to the child's success.
Well, if you're keeping score at home, you know that's 5 finalists. So you know that there's only one thing left to reveal, and that's who the winner is. And thanks again to our judges and our sponsors for making tonight possible. And tonight we're going to take a page out of the Academy Awards. And remember, the Academy Awards, whoever won it last year announces who the winner is this year. So some of you may have seen our friend Doug Ackley here today. And so I'm going to welcome Doug to come up and announce this year's Matchstick Prize winner. So Doug, come on up. He's the executive director, right, at Teen Empowerment, and so it's great to have Teen Empowerment represented here again. Last year's prize winner.
Thank you all for having me. It's been a tough year as the Matchstick Prize winner. They really do a job on you. It takes a toll physically and emotionally, as you can see. I'm here with some of them. No, I think well, I'm really grateful to be asked to be here tonight, and I will say too, like, so we won last year. The year before, we were finalists, and so I remember being at the event and like listening to them read off all these amazing organizations. And after every one, I was like, wow, that's really amazing. Oh, they would be so great. And then to that first year, with a little moment of disappointment, came with also just the realization that there's so many great things happening in our community, and it's a lot bigger than just us. And so then to be able to come back the next year and see all these amazing finalists, and then we won, and we felt horrible because there were all these amazing organizations that didn't get it. So it's a roller coaster, but I also think that it is really, small organizations don't oftentimes get that moment to breathe and imagine what could be possible for your organization, because you're focused so much on what's happening in front of you. And so I think that this opportunity was so great to be able to, just for us, envision how we might be able to promote ourselves, which is not something you think about doing when you're worried about the day-to-day, or how we might share some of the work we do on a larger scale, or put out creative, higher scale visual representations of what we do and that kind of thing. So real appreciative of what this can offer. And I hope that this year's recipient will be able to do the same thing. And I hope who are nominated this year that don't get it also understand that bigger picture and keep doing the great work that you're doing. Let's see. So I guess now, and also I guess just let's give a shout out to Causeway for putting this whole thing together. And really just looking for creative ways to help make our community better and stronger. And with that, I believe, oh, thanks to the judges. I can't imagine, I was talking to Rachel for a while. I can't imagine what this decision was like for you all. Like, thank you for the great work that you do. And now, okay, like enough of this stuff.
Should we go to commercial?
Yeah. All right, I can do this. Okay, this year's 2021 Matchstick Prize winner goes to Rochester Accessible Adventures.
Anita, do you want to take the mic and say a few words? Tell people a little bit about the work you're doing? Yes, she does. One of her board members said, yes, she does.
So Doug definitely said it right. There is a flood of emotion at this point. We're incredibly honored to accept this. We were happy being a finalist, and this is sprinkles. This is all of the toppings that one could ask for. So thank you very much for this vote of confidence. I have to say it's really timely because the pandemic taught us so many things, but taught us something that people with disabilities have known for decades. And that is that when you can't access the community around you, and you're living in social isolation, and you're living away from other things that people can do, it leads to some pretty significant physical, emotional, and mental hardships. And we all experience that. Over the past 2 years, our lives changed. But the work that we started before the pandemic and the work that we are absolutely committed to as an organization is attempting to change the culture around how we can access our community. Masks, if it was just masks, that was the only thing keeping us from doing what we want to do with our family members and with our friends and our loved ones, we would certainly do that. But in the world of disability, it's not that simple. And RAA had back 5 or 6 years ago sat around a small conference table, 26 founding members, and said, you know what? There has to be a different way. We have to be able to truly create an accessible community. And if you think for a moment, like what are we talking about? Maybe think about what you think on Saturday or Sunday mornings with your family, with your friends. What am I going to do today? And then think, oh, I can't do that. Oh yeah, we can't all go there. Oh no, we can't. Yep, no, that place won't work for us. And so time after time, there's running into those kinds of barriers that for me as a recreation professional, recreation is where we should be able to unite as a family. And yet in recreation and leisure, that context is what's separating families. I say all that in this moment to say that this kind of recognition allows us to bring this to the front and say, here is something. Disability is something that crosses all other sectors of a community. And until we are intentionally addressing the need of people with disabilities, we will always be missing a sector of our community. And that's 26% of our population. A significant number of people are not able to access. And so that's what we have committed to doing in the world of recreation and sports and tourism, and saying in this very important place, this very important space that our families are living in, we have to change the community around us. Not change the people, but change the community, change the value. I could go on. I'm pretty sure these folks, my supporters, know that I can go on and on. And I do want to give an incredible shout out to our founding board members, our founding members, our volunteers, our fan base, folks that have just said to us across these years of our startup that, yes, this is what needs to happen in the community. I have a few representatives of family and staff and board members, a few more in the back there, and I know that more are watching. And we're very grateful for your support in what we're doing in the community. So thank you to Causeway, and thank you to the supporters that you've pulled together to ignite this particular flame. We're honored and now taking a deep breath and saying, okay, let's go. Let's see what 2022 holds for us. So thank you very much, everyone.
Well, congratulations to Rochester Accessible Adventures. Thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. We've got dessert and coffee over here. We've got a great little parting gift for you. Elizabeth doesn't want to take all those candles and matches home with her, so please take those home. Please also stop by and see the tables that some of our finalists have set up here, so you can learn more about their mission and the work that they're doing. Thanks again to our judges. Thanks again to all the sponsors that make this possible. Without their help, it wouldn't happen. And I have to say a special thank you to the Causeway team, especially Elizabeth Murray, my right-hand person over here, who's really made tonight possible. I wish all of you a healthy, happy, and safe holidays. Thank you very much. If we could get one representative from each of the finalists up here, we'd like to take a finalist group shot here in front of the Matchstick sign.